right in there. Okay guys, long time no see. In today's video we are with TopArchery because they sent me this Recurve bow to review here on the channel. It came in this box, and before we go any further, let's talk about what was actually in the box. See, this is a takedown bow, so of course the limbs was de-assembled and they were in the box, of course, and then the riser was in the box, and of course there was a string in the box, and there was a stringer in the box, and there was also some rest material in the box, some calf hair, okay, and then of course there is a manual in the box, and if everything goes wrong we can always look at the manual, okay. As you can see here, I'm not sure you can see it, but we can try. The bow length is 60 inches, bow riser length 15, safety draw length 30 inches, bowstring length 144 or 57 inches. Draw weight, it comes from 30 to 50 pounds, and this one is the 35 pounds. And as you can see here, maybe the core is maple, and then there are multiple fiberglass layers on the limbs. And then they chose to have the name on the upper limb, on the back of the bow, and then they have the name on the belly on the lower limb, okay. So I actually shot this bow just before I made this video to exercise it a little bit, and I'm planning to shoot it some more with you guys, okay. And after that we are going to the shooting machine, and then we're going to test the performance like we're used to, okay. So I'm going to show you some details on this bow. The riser is the most spectacular, okay. As you can see here, we have the TopArchery logo, right? And then we have, it's nicely curved, beautiful wood, and it looks like it's cut on center, okay. And it has a pretty good grip, in my opinion. Of course, opinions of grips are individual, we know that. But without further ado, let's go out a little trip in the woods and shoot the bow, okay? Okay, we're in the trees now, and now we're gonna try to shoot the pheasant. And some of you will probably say that I should be the specialist on that one, but let's see what happens. Okay. It's probably dead. Of course we have the headless duck. Let's try to shoot that one. Okay. Not bad. We have yet another pheasant down here, but before we are going to shoot that and we are going to the shooting machine, I'm going to show you this riser is pretty nice radiused, also the shelf, okay. So Let's shoot that fast. Maybe a little bit high, but I got it. I got it. Okay, let's take this bow to the shooting machine and see what the performance is. Now I have rigged up the bow here in the bench, and the first we're going to do is to actually check whether this bow is holding the 35 pounds at 28 inches, so we can determine which arrow we are going to shoot, because we need to, my plan is to hit 10 grains per pound. Okay, so we have the actual performance of the bow. Okay, so first I'm going to show you how we are scaling. I've talked about this before in other videos. As you can see here, I have this tape measure right here, and out there we have the bow. Okay, and I have this square I can slide, for example 28 inches right there. Okay, right there, and then I'm pulling the bow back exactly to that point right there. Okay, and this tape is measured from out here on the bow. This pivot point plus 1¾ of an inch, which are out here. So this way, no matter which bow I'm testing in this stand, I'm always pulling it to the same length every time. Even if we have a bow with a riser like this, riser all the way out here, it's always this pivot point plus 1.75 inches. Okay, so let's get started. .2 35.2. Hope you can see that. So it's pretty much 35.0. Okay. I always, even though I'm only pound scaling now, I'm always putting an arrow on the, if something happens, so we don't dry fire the bow. Okay. So now I'm gonna changing this to the release aid, right? And then I'm gonna, in the meantime, I'm gonna turn you off. We are back here, and of course, I was expecting 35 pounds, so I have this arrow here with a washer out here. So this arrow is actually 350 grain, more or less. Let's control this one. Okay, 346. Okay, 346. .6. That will do. Okay. So now we have put on the arrow, the 346 grain arrow. Okay, so of course it's not 350, but it's the closest I can get, and it will be 9.9 grain per pound. Okay, so let's go. Right there, 28 inches. Find the hole. 171. Not too bad. Hope you can see that one. 171. Okay. Let's give it another one. Like that. Ready. Find the hole. 170. 170. Okay. Right there, 28 inches. Find the hole. Duplicate one. 170. Okay. So we are talking about 171, 170, and third time 170. And it's actually not so bad with 9.9 grain per pound. And it's a maple core. Bamboo core would be a little bit faster. And if you noticed, it actually have a little bit high of a brace height. And that's simply because this string isn't longer. Okay, if this string was a little bit longer, we could make 7.5. This is around 8.5 brace height, and it's actually going to give you 5 to 10 feet per second with the 1 inch lower brace height. Okay, so you can ask, is this a good bow? Is this a good bow? In my opinion, yes, it is a good bow for the money, because last time I checked, this bow was $109, and what do you get for $109? Okay, you're actually getting this bow right here. Okay, so that's it for today, and I hope I'll see you next time. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you. Bye.